Well, if you are a fan of me just babbling on, this is not going to be the video for you. I have a lot to cover, and I'm just going to get right into it. Okie doke. All right, let's go. Let's start with a little fun April Fool's stuff with Diana Gabaldon sharing this post. It says, frankly, I stink at April Fool's pranks. Either I totally forget what day it is, or I can't think of anything even vaguely humorous, let alone clever or tricky. Have any of you encountered or generated a good April Fool's Day bit of cleverness? Either your own or someone else's. Share that below. I have nothing good off the top of my head, although I may tell you what my daughter is planning to do to her teacher tomorrow at the end. Regardless, here's a brief excerpt from Book 10 to celebrate the day, as it were. Happy April 1st. So either this really is an excerpt or she's messing with us. I guess we'll read it and you can decide. From Book 10, untitled, copyright 2025, Diana Gabaldon. Claire. I hesitated. Who exactly was I in terms of a legal name? At least anything more metaphysical would have to wait. I sighed, dipped the quill again, and wrote Beecham Fraser. I thought best to include Beecham. As Jamie had said on more than one occasion, there were a lot of men named James Fraser, and even more plain Frasers. I didn't want to be confused with any of them. Luckily, we can skip all the Randalls and Grays, I murmured to myself. Claire, Elizabeth... Damn, forgot the Elizabeth. I reached for a fresh sheet, muttering, Claire, Elizabeth, Beecham, Randall, Fraser, Gray, Fraser. Bloody hell, that's a lot of husbands. She's not wrong. Well, who is? I muttered and glanced at the clock, then back at the paper before me. Right, I said, addressing it. You get 10 minutes of my life, and then we stop for today. That's all I can stand. I, Claire Elizabeth Beecham Fraser, being of sound mind, do declare that this is my last will and testament. Your testament is you saying who ye are and what ye own. Jamie had told me when I'd wondered aloud about the phrase. That's it. The will part is what you mean to do with what ye own. What did I own? What did I have to leave? And that's it. That's a tease. I didn't scroll down so you could see the last of that. Let me scroll that down here for you. But yeah, didn't miss too much. And then the picture we got here going with it is, it looks like some typing up some stuff that she's been doing. Yes, it is. Okay, well, that's all we have from Diana to get us started for our week 11 of Outlander. Thanks so much. As for me, I still have more pictures to share. Point Blank 1959 shares this one. Another challenge on the Outlander set, this time arm wrestling. Who do you think won? Lori Christensen, I believe, is getting credit for either the share or the picture. Lori Z, Zam Hune, Meryl Davis, Graham McTavish. I think Meryl looks like she's got this cool and calm. I used to arm wrestle all the time. I beat the entire 8th grade football team one year, which is way better than what some people were doing with the 8th grade football team. I'm not going to go into that. Look, pictures. Outlander Online and Caitlin O'Ryan fans shared a new pic of Caitlin O'Ryan via Caitlin O'Ryan on Instagram. Caitlin O'Ryan, Outlander stars, and she's just chilling. She is chilling. This is a lovely black and white image, and she is just relaxing with a friend, it looks like. Go to it. Enjoy. Another image. I'm just covering as many cast members as I can. Point Blank 1959 shared this one. Room with a View. Roger has done it again. Denna Bourbon. Denna 46. Pinterest. Richard Rankin. Outlander Depths. He looks very nice in a kilt. It's a good thing he's got that bit in the middle there kind of folding, because we can see right up to his thigh. But that's because I have a dirty mind. But he looks very nice. It's very green. This should have been like the St. Patrick's Day picture. So that's just my opinion. But he looks very nice. And got a little Graham McTavish for us. This one is a video. Graham McTavish says it's time for some new book recommendations from sunny New Zealand. An eclectic mix, but I hope you like them as much as I have. We're hashtagging books. Blazing sunshine, reading pages with writing on them. Sure. All right, then. I think I actually read all the tags right. I'm going to pat myself on the back and we'll take a listen to Graham.
Hello there. Well, I'm in New Zealand, so that's why it's blazingly hot in the background. It's been a while, but I thought it was time to have another look at some new books that I've been enjoying, and I hope you do too. So here are they. Here they are even. Okay, so I'll go through them one at a time. First of all, classic William Boyd solo. As you can see, a James Bond novel. Now, the copyright has lapsed on Ian Fleming's writing, so it appears that anybody can write about James Bond now. I've read a couple by Anthony Horowitz, which I really enjoyed, and I really loved this one. William Boyd is a writer that I really, really think is tremendous. He wrote a wonderful book called The Romantic, and many others. And this is his take on Bond. It's set in 1969, so I guess it's a period piece, but highly recommend it. Then you've got this. Look at that, Eric Larson. Yeah, The Demon of Unrest, Abraham Lincoln and America's Road to Civil War. I've long been fascinated by the American Civil War and Lincoln, and this looks just to be tremendous. Eric Larson, who wrote Devil in the White City and many other wonderful books that I've thoroughly enjoyed. In the Garden of Beasts being another cracker. So yeah, check it out, especially if you're American. This one, true crime, we love it. Come on, we do. This is called The Peep Show, The Murders at 10 Rillington Place. Now, for those of you probably in America who don't know about 10 Rillington Place, it was where a man called Reginald John Halliday Christie murdered several women in the early 1950s. Well, he was caught in the early 1950s. And this really examines the whole court case, the circumstances leading up to his arrest, a miscarriage of justice concerning another individual, and really a wonderful window into the life of Britain post Second World War, particularly the life of women. So this is Kate Summerscale, who wrote The Suspicions of Mr. Witcher, which is another one of my absolute favorites. Okay, we're on to Nero by Con Igulden. A great piece of historical writing. It really centers around not just Nero. This is the early life of Nero, really before he becomes emperor, and his relationship with Caligula, Little Boots, and his mother, and his father, who was a famous charioteer, and a wonderful evocation of ancient Rome. And as somebody who's obviously heavily involved in ancient Rome at the moment with Spartacus, it was a cracking read. Okay, this one. This is more of a tough read. Ordinary Men, Reserve Police Battalion 101, and The Final Solution in Poland, Christopher R. Browning. And I've read lots of books about the Second World War, and this really examines how ordinary men, as the title implies, can be so desensitized and so channeled into evil, really, that they are capable of anything. And these are the men. This is their story, and it's a remarkable read, and I highly recommend it. It's not for the squeamish, but it's an important book. And finally, a Japanese murder mystery, The Decagon House Murders, by Yukito Ayatsuji. It's very famous in Japan, and it's only just becoming well known here. And it's a cult classic mystery, very much in the tradition of Agatha Christie, but absolutely wonderful. So those are the books. Hope you love them. I've loved them all. So let me know what you think. And in the meantime, wherever you are, enjoy your day.
Wow, that's a very interesting selection. Very, very eclectic, as you said. I'm thinking I might have to read the one with about Abraham Lincoln and Ordinary Men. I feel like that could be a kind of a big deal right now, just because of the state of our country. How people can easily start saying, "Oh no, that's all right." They just so kind of get desensitized to things over time. Yeah, that's nice selection, Graham. Thank you very much. All right, something a little more fun here. Point Blank 1959 shares David Barry in Sydney with his girlfriend Vera Lobeck, Amsterdam, Sydney senior brand manager. Vic Turandolf looks like he has indeed separated from Christine Tessick. Well, I'm not here for the for that stuff. I don't like to get into people's personal lives unless they put it out there for themselves. But Lord John Gray, David Barry, Down Under, Lord Down Under, all added there. But he looks like he's happy, having a good time, and quite frankly, he just looks handsome. Yeah, I think his sunglasses have a little purple tint, so I approve of the outfit at the very least. Hope he is having a good time, and I get to see him in a little less than 2 weeks. All right, moving on. I said I kept missing Charles and John Bell. I saw some John Bell stories and didn't go into the regular feed, so I couldn't grab the pictures. At any rate, I did find this one. Outlander Print Shop, March 28th at 12:58 a.m. Hey, dude, I'm a night owl too when I don't have to get up at 5 in the morning. Anyway, we got him now, John. Are you smoking a cigarette? I have to say that I have no room to talk. I vape. A Court of Mist and Fury is what he is reading. All right. Good job doing some reading out in the dark. You know, I have other motherly things to say, like you need to turn on a lighter. It'll hurt your eyes. But there he is. He's doing a thing out and about in the world. Cool. I'm glad. Because I hadn't seen much of him lately. And of course, as we all know, Ms. Balfe has a show coming up in the theaters. However, there was a premiere. This is shared by Balfe Nation. Rami Malek, Caitriona Balfe, and Lawrence Fishburne attend a special screening of The Amateur and reception with Rami Malek, Caitriona Balfe, and Lawrence Fishburne on March 30th, 2025 in London, England. Caitriona is also shown with Junia Reese, and I'll go through these pictures, but I want to make sure credit is given where credit is due. Photography, the picture is Darren Garish, hair by Gareth Brommel, makeup by Mary Wiles, makeup styled by Carla Welsh Stylish. Caitriona is wearing Simon Iroka. We're going to go with that. They look very nice. Everybody looks very well dressed up and pretty fine. It's good stuff. I'm glad. And yeah, another picture of them. That is an interesting. Caitriona has been wearing a lot of black, it seems like. She's either wearing white or black or red. And I'm sure it's because it looks very good on her. But she wears these awesome outfits that are black. And I just appreciate them so much. I did believe this is the picture that she has with Junie Reese. So again, very nice. Everybody gets to look really pretty. I'm glad to get a chance to dress up and look nice. I'm considering doing the same thing at least once on my vacation, because this is as dressed up as I get on a pretty regular basis. Now, Getty Images, if Darren Garish getting that credit there, of course. And yeah, so we get the full outfit. Got the shoes, very shiny shoes, and Lawrence, I love it. See, I would be Lawrence. I'd be like tracksuit, tennis shoes. Okay, I wouldn't wear a tracksuit, but trust me, I wouldn't be wearing all dressy stuff. Yeah, I can't. I'm gonna try though. I'm gonna try. Some good pictures here. They look ready for the premiere. They look excited about the premiere. Or Lawrence looks as excited as we ever see Lawrence. He looks like he's there. So yay. I hope that they enjoyed their premiere screening there. And we have some pictures, of course, of Sam. Marie Ann M. and 5 others share this mashup. I don't know what you call it, a shifting image of lots of Sam. Once upon a time, our favorite Scotsman was a global ambassador of Barber. Let's enjoy a wee edit of Sam Hewn with pics from 2016 collection. Enjoy, or I should say, the 2016 collection. And enjoy. Pics belong to Barber. No reposting to feed, sharing to stories is much appreciated. I just make sure that everybody knows where it came from. Try to do my best with that, and as far as I'm aware, that is okay dokie with everybody. Did everybody see enough Sam? I've tried to let it go through a couple of times, but I am trying to keep the babble to a minimum. And that is our pre-April Fool's Day video. I don't really have anything set up to be silly or intelligent or crafty tomorrow, but I will tell you, like I said, I would show you if you came to the end. I'd let you know what it is my daughter has planned to do for her teacher, because she really gets into the April Fools and silliness. So she wants to do something where she gives her teacher a box or wrapped something and says, here's a brownie for you. And when she opens it, there's the letter E that happens to be brown. I don't know if she's decided it should be wood, plastic, what, but she wants to give her a brown, E. So, but she said, I don't want to be mean and like not actually give her a brownie. So we're also going to make brownies that she can give to her teacher. However, she wanted to do this with at least with more than one person, because she says, can we make more than one brownie? I said, well, I kind of have to. You make a tray of brownies. I know they do single serving brownie cup things, but I mean, if you want to give a nice wrapped brownie, you make a tray of brownies. So now she's very excited, and I don't know what E's she's planning on giving her. I don't have any E's just sitting around. It could be a whole thing. But, we go to the dollar store. They sell those little wooden E's. We'll work on it. Anyway, that's her plan. That's her silly goof. If you liked this video and didn't think it was too much of a silly goof, or even if you did, but you happen to like it, give her a like. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the notifications bell so you know when the new videos do come out. I still don't have a time as to when I will be on tomorrow. You know what? I'm just going to say it here. Let's say I'm going to be on before 2. I don't know if it'll be 1 o'clock or 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, but I'm going to go with before 2 because I can't wait any later than that before my daughter gets off the bus. And I like to be ready for her. Not that you guys aren't fantastic, but I like to be ready for my daughter when she gets off the bus for any homework and fun stuff like that. Thank you very much to my members. Thank you for those of you who have been giving super thanks to make up for the ticket that I bought for Sam. That was my own thing. I shouldn't have dug into my car savings, but it's the first time I've done that, and so I don't feel terribly guilty about it, and I know I'm going to make it back. In fact, I've been working on some projects to try to make a little money at the convention. I will have a couple of wares for sale, possibly make a few bucks, help make up the money that I shouldn't have spent in the first place. Now, if you didn't get enough Outlander information, or if you want to know more about those projects, then you should probably do something fun like come back again. But if you didn't get enough Outlander information, you want it now, please check out the playlist below. Lots of videos, lots of stuff about Outlander, Sam, the actors in general. Plus, we have a couple next door conversation from beginning to end that we're a hoot. Can I just say, I'm not a hoot. They're hilarious. I love my guests. Don't forget, I will have an extra video tonight as we chat about Outlander's first season, the 5th episode, Rent. It's going to be good, and I do need people who would like to be involved in the 6th episode chat to mail me so I can put you on the list for that one, because I don't think I have a single person who's requested that one yet. So you should request it. I know the wedding episode is the one everybody's really excited about. I am too. But we got to work our way up there. So if you want to be involved in episode 6, email me. If you want to find out some information about Outlander, check out the playlist. And no matter which video you choose, I will see you there.